from my bathroom. This is what I do for my basic makeup look if I'm just doing some simple like YouTube stuff or just going to a convention. This is what I do. So face has been cleaned with moisturizer and sunscreen and all that already put on. Sometimes when I'm a little bit pinky, I use this Smashbox kind of green anti-redness primer in just little bits. I'm gonna put this on my shirt so that I don't have to hold it. That would be smart. A new fam moved in a couple doors down, which is great. I love the vibes of kids for the most part, but sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, is everyone alive? Is everyone doing okay? I washed my beauty blender today, so it looks massive. It's normally half of this size, but we cleaned her today, so she's already puffy and a little bit wet. I did not realize that you had to dampen these for so many years. I didn't understand how things worked. So anyway, dampen your beauty blender, and I just kind of dab it on the reddish parts of my face, which is usually the cheeks and my nose and a little bit on the forehead, and yeah, I just kind of everywhere. I'm kind of just pink everywhere, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't really know what my skin tone is. People are like, oh, are you cool? Are you warm? I wear silver and gold, as you can tell from the earrings, maybe. So it kind of depends on the day. I feel like if it's yellow gold, it's too yellow. But if sometimes silver, I feel like doesn't do it for me either, but I feel like I've been kind of in a silver mood lately. I don't know. Yeah, so like the higher, I guess the higher karat gold doesn't look as great on me. So if it's like 18 or 24, it feels like too yellow. So like 14 or like 10K usually looks a little bit better when it's a little bit less yellow. Okay, that is a very subtle step, but I do find that it helps. Next up, it really depends. My skin has been a little weird recently. This is usually my go-to foundation, NARS foundation. Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. Shake Well. The Shake Well does help, I have noticed. I don't know how old this is. It's not like super old, but I think I only got it like a year or so ago. Oh, it might have been 2. I don't use a lot of makeup, so I know that it's like, oh, it expires after like 3 or 4 months. Not for me. This is the shade L2 Mont Blanc. Yay. We're shaking, which does help because for a while it was kind of getting a little cakey, and then I shook it and it was better. What a concept. I don't like to use a ton because I feel like it gets too much for me and I like my skin to breathe. So I usually just do a little bit, literally, look at that dot. Here and here. Sometimes I do it straight on the beauty blender. I don't know why I just did it on my face today, but I don't try to squeeze like the edge of the bottle into my skin too much. Back with the beauty blender. That is still damp and very massive. And we just kind of go in like this. So I don't love makeup. Well, makeup is very fun. I should take that back. I love makeup when it's fun. I don't love like having to get up every day and put on makeup. That feels exhausting. I know that I kind of need to do it anytime I'm gonna be on camera or taking pictures, because that is when you kind of notice the biggest difference. If everyone was just walking around without these dang phones all the time, it wouldn't be as big of a deal, because there's not too much of a difference wearing makeup when you're just standing across from somebody. But when you take a picture, oh boy, it is pretty apparent to me anyway, the difference between when I have makeup on versus when I do not. And you know, I want to give people the best, especially at a convention. I would like, I don't know, be kind of bummed if somebody paid to come to the convention and stand in line and say hi, and then I just look like exhausted in the photo. I don't know, maybe I would feel bad. So I try to put on makeup for photos and video stuff just because it does smooth everything out a little bit with the lighting and the camera quality these days, which maybe you guys will be able to tell since I'm on camera now, the subtle difference from the very beginning to now. Well, maybe not now, but at the end. We have blended. Okay. Even just from that little bit, you guys saw, I put like one little dot here, one little dot here. There's already decent coverage in my opinion. It's not thick, but it's a little. I didn't really do my under eyes, so I'm gonna just do a little bit on the under eyes. I definitely have a little bit of purple under eye situation. It's not crazy, but it's noticeable. So we just do a little boop, boop, boop. And I use my little mini one, which is also damp. I don't know if anyone here saw, I think it's been a few months, but I think Billie Eilish did like a little get ready with me, here to do my makeup, whatever with me a few months ago, and everyone was like losing their mind because they just watched her like apply black eyeliner like to her waterline all the way around her eye, and they're like, whoa, that's how she achieves that look. I was entertained. I thought it was very fun. But yeah, the eyes can do a lot with just how you shadow them and or put concealer under them and or accentuate the bags, which has apparently been a trend. Apparently people have been like putting purple and red under their eyes to accentuate the bags, even if they don't have any because they're like 13. I hope you still love them in 15 years, my friends. I hope you still love them. I don't mind mine. It's definitely pretty obvious. I have pretty thin skin. They're, you know, white girl, Irish, thin white skin all the way around. So that's good enough for me for today. I don't go crazy and like do a whole blend down my neck, but you know, sometimes I'll just do a little dabby dab. And no, my hair is not always put up like this. I just had a shower and did the full thing. So the hair is still wet and has some spray in it. So we're just leaving it up for now. Okay, that is the skin. Now is where I will be exposed. So this is this is Young Blood blush in the shade Blossom. The top is not technically attached anymore. This is from one of my best friends, Hannah, senior year of college. She did not want this when we graduated and she gave it to me. So this blush is likely from 2016. It is almost 10 years old and I'm still using it. So if that does not give you an insight to how much I do or do not use makeup. I use a little bit, that's the thing, is I use it pretty frequently, but it's only a tiny bit. I really don't like having a lot of makeup on because then my face feels like it's suffocating. I washed my brushes today, along with the beauty blenders. I probably should have planned this out a little better and done it after the video, but that's okay. I asked for this for Christmas from my aunt. It's a Patrick Ta 4 Contour 2 brush. Patrick Ta. I just loved the shape of these two brushes. I had like very cheap brushes for a while. And not that this one's crazy, but I wanted like a nicer one where the bristles were not falling out. I use this side for my blush and this side for my highlighter. I just literally do the tiniest little bit of blush and then just kind of go along here. I'll do another little dab here. I keep it all very light and on like the upper part of my cheek. Whoop, there it is. Color shown up. And sometimes I just close my eyes and like kind of blend up a little. I would rather it kind of go this way than down. Okay, and that's it. And then I just awkwardly place this back on and the magnet holds it and we put it back in the bag. I think there's something you can do where you can spray your powders with, I don't know if it's hand sanitizer, like hand sanitizing spray or antiseptic spray. I should do some sort of cleaning. But I have repressed some of my eyeshadow powders with alcohol because when they crumble, you can put some alcohol on there and then smush them back together and they'll dry, melded back together. So I have cleaned some things. Highlighter, we definitely do a little bit of highlighter. I have this Benefit Cookie palette from gosh knows when. This is how much I have used. And I just take this skinnier guy and I just kind of go do 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 do, and then I just kind of go along the top of my cheekbone over here, and that's pretty much it. And then I take it down the middle of the nose. I don't know about you guys, I love a good naked makeup palette. I have the original one still under my cabinet, but the one I'm using today is a little bit more recent. Urban Decay Naked Wild West. I've been using the Wild West one for a bit because the shades and I have been really getting along lately. Pretty, right? Pretty. We love. So I typically, as you can see, that one has been used a lot. Standoff. I usually do a mix of Standoff, Spur, and Nudie for like a base for my eye. And then I usually put Laredo I should probably know how to say that in like my crease to shade it a little bit. Sometimes I'll throw on a silver or a gold, or I'll mix the two because I don't know what skin tone I am. And then these guys are for just more intense looks, which sometimes is fun. And we go in here. Pretty straightforward, very nude, basic base. Usually when I'm not recording and talking to you all, this usually takes me from start to finish about 15-20 minutes. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix the eyebrows too. All right, so we've done the base, and then I just do a little bit of this Laredo situation in the crease. So a fun thing, if anyone's watching who doesn't do makeup, hooded eyes, haha, are a thrill. A lot of Asians get like eyelid surgery done so that they have this crease because it's like a Western feature. But a lot of us have a hard time doing makeup with them because you have to angle things a different way. So whenever your eyelid is kind of stretched out like this and then you relax, it looks different. So you have to kind of figure out your angles, I guess. And sometimes it's a little counterintuitive. And that's why I do really simple eyeliner. Eyeliner gets weird. It's not just like a swoop. No, that's not how this goes when you have hooded eyes. I don't really do tons of eyeliner stuff because it's complicated. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of shading kind of up on the eyelid. It's not perfect. I do use the small side to just do a little bit under the eye, like so, just to kind of smooth out this like line, I guess, and have it kind of match the upper lid. Perfect. Just a little bit. Okay, this is my little bag of sticks. This is where the eyeliner and my eyebrows and usually my lip liner and mascara all are. I carry around my makeup in Dagny Dover little makeup bags. I'm obsessed with them. I actually worked for Dagny Dover in New York in 2019 for a few months. They let me intern. Anyway, I love the brand and it has lasted me forever. You can toss it in the washing machine when it gets dirty and like air dry it. It's made of like that neoprene wetsuit material. And I use Anastasia Brow Definer, triangular brow pencil in the shade taupe, because taupe, which is a mix of warm and cool, like my skin tone, is the shade that matches my eyebrows best. So we just do a little floopity here, and I usually try to just do like a couple little floops in the middle. I have one in the auburn shade as well, whenever I'm trying to give it a little bit more va-va-voom to match my hair shade, since I have auburn hair right now. So we did the under, and then I do a little bit on top, like this, just to kind of follow the hair. I usually do this really close to the mirror, and I'm a little far away from the mirror for the sake of being on camera, and this is very strange because normally my face is like pressed up against the mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, what drives me nuts is this eyebrow is like a little bit higher. It just arcs a little bit higher, and these hairs are like set a little bit higher than this side. So I like to offset it. I'm gonna do this closer to the mirror. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Do you see what I did? I added just a few more here to just kind of try and even them out. I kind of do a little tiny tip at the end. Nothing nuts, nothing crazy. There we go. That'll do. So it's funny because you're seeing all of this effort done, and there are some subtle changes, right? But there's not that much going on my face. It is not that crazy. So anytime, reminder, you see a pretty woman and you're just like, wow, that's crazy. She's so naturally pretty. Yes, she probably is. But also, there are all these little layers of no makeup that may exist. So just, you know, putting that out there. I have had this pencil for eons. I literally have no idea when the last time, I have no idea. Possibly high school, potentially. Prestige Skin Loving Minerals eyeliner in Onyx. I have a brown pencil as well, and then sometimes I use liquid. I rarely use liquid. I have this like old Il Maquillage one. It's kind of drying out. So for eyeliner, because of the hooded situation, typically when hooded eyes do eyeliner, when you kind of do eyeliner like this, you have to kind of go up because then when the eye relaxes, it all comes down. I don't mess with any of that. I just leave the eyes the way they are. I just follow like my waterline along the bottom and just kind of make a little extension. Okay. That's even a little higher than I usually do it. I try to just go to like the corner of my eye. If you have stuck through it this far and you're not a girl, that's crazy and well done. But in girl world, if you follow the direction of your waterline along the bottom and then kind of follow that line up, that will lift your face. So technically these are a little flatter than what I should do, but if I want my face to be like snatched, I follow like my cheekbone and my waterline. So if you can see my waterline, I should probably do my eyeliner like that direction up. But I'm not trying to like be in Kill Bill 7 right this hot second. So I just brought the eyeliner down a little bit. We're not going crazy. So then I just kind of fill in a little bit along the edge here. I go along my waterline, actually in this corner, not necessarily all the way into the corner of my eye, the internal corner, but the outside corner. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is it right now. Eyelash curler. I just bought a new one. I kid you not. I think this is a month old. This is a Tweezerman eyelash curler. So we do a fun little eyelash curl. Yay. All right, there we go. Me and mascara have an interesting relationship because I don't have a singular one that I love. There was one a while back that I did really love, but then I had all these samples from just life, from events, from friends, from dance concerts, from whatever. And so I just have like random assortments of mascaras. Today I think I'm gonna use the skinnier brush. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mini, and it's a pretty small brush. I do try to like hold and shimmy a little bit. There. Ta-da, there you go. That is that. It's not too clumpy, which is great. I feel like there are some that just are super, super clumpy and you have to like brush pretty hard to get the little clumpies off. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. All right, we'll do a little dab under here again, just to make sure that's staying nice and set. And I'm gonna do one more little layer of black on the waterline down here. That might help a little bit. Sometimes I don't do any eyeliner, but today I felt like it. Last but not least, a little bit of chapsticks and just Burt's Bees. Make sure those are hydrated. And then I've got some Beauty Control, Beauty with an I, lip shaping pencil in mauve. This mauve color is basically like a perfect match, so I haven't felt the need to get another one. So I just do a little underneath here. Hello, a couple little zit friends over here. Healing up, drying up. Okay, again, not perfect. Not anything too crazy. Just a little outline. This is so gross. The discoloration is a lot, and please don't judge me, okay? It was white, all right? And it has seen many, many years in the makeup bag. So this was the Katy Perry CoverGirl collab, Katy Kat Matte lipstick in Couture Tricot Griffes. I have no idea, but same with the liner. This one's getting very low. This shade is great because it's a little pop of pink, but it's not too crazy. It's very mauve-y. It's very just like, is the color of my lips. I do like a little gloss, just a little. I have this like Lorac Alter Ego lip gloss. There was some like giveaway thing where I got this, and then I have the Dior Lip Maximizer Collagen Active lip gloss that I do like to use. I like to use this more when I go out, you know, to dinner or something out, not just like at home. This stuff is great for just kind of a neutral little gloss. I don't like to do too much. Yeah, just a tiny little shine, you know? And that's it. Pretty straightforward. All of that just to kind of look the same. Isn't that crazy? But on camera, it's a world of difference. Take down the hair. For the hair, while it was in that twisty thing, while it was drying, I guess, a little, I've been trying to just make sure the hair is staying healthy and growing, you know what I mean? So I did a little rosemary hair oil thing before, but there's this Leah, I don't know if it's Leah or Leah Organics, rosemary hair growth spray that I sprayed just like on the front edges before I put it into the little wrap. And then I sprayed this Curology Professional Color Care Color Fanatic multitasking leave-in spray for color treated hair with 21 essential benefits. It's supposed to like help preserve vibrancy. It's like a leave-in conditioner, detangler, blow drying easier, heat protectant, smoothing, helps prevent split ends and breakage, strengthens the hair fibers, smooths out surface, increases silkiness, helps seal hair cuticle, reduce dryness, static, etc. This is one of the things that I use. There's a couple of things. I have a couple. Sometimes I use this one just depending on the day. I have this left over from my friend Kim in New York. It was just this massive bottle of like silk therapy from BioSilk. Same thing, it's just to repair, smooth, protect, heat protectant, you know, and it is down to here. So I got this from Kim in what, 2019? So sometimes if I just want to do like the ends or something a little lighter and I don't want to spray all of this all over everything, I'll use this. So then I wrapped it up in my little hair towel. My little hair towel. This is gonna be the accent that I use from this point forward. Thank you so much for watching. It is a little wet. I need to blow dry a little. Let's do it. Will I whack my money tree in the process? Maybe. I got this from a Trader Joe's in New York in 2018, I believe. It has been with me since. It has traveled across the country to multiple states, to multiple homes. We have pruned her many times. We have brought her back to life a couple of times. She's doing well. We love her. This is a Infinity Pro by Conair. Just random, some of the hot, cool, warm print is coming off of the handle. I usually blow dry my hair upside down, but for the sake of this video, I'm doing it right side up. You're welcome. Okay, I do need to flip my hair upside down for 1 second. Okay. These days I've been trying to appreciate and allow my like naturalish kind of waves to exist. So I don't use a brush whenever I'm blow drying my hair. I'm just kind of doing the blow dry to get the immediate moisture taken care of. And then I just try to let it air dry and do its thing because that's more natural. And for a lot of the recording stuff at home, when I'm just doing stuff for Cameo or YouTube or something, I want it to be more natural. Hopefully, as you can see, I like to think that this is new growth of like new little baby hairs coming in, which is nice, but sometimes annoying. Like look at all these little fluffies. I do like to part down the middle, which is not everybody's thing, but I've been a middle parter for a while. One of many. Let's just do a little, okay. Just see right here. That is the middle of my head. Okay, great. Yeah, look at how clean that is. All right, and I usually just flip this out a little and then let the hair kind of do its thing. Okay, and that is my kind of basic go-to makeup for conventions or filming or whatever. Sometimes I'll style my little bangies to be like a little more in the front or just keep them off to the side. Just depends. We'll see how they dry today. I'm gonna kind of let them do their thing. The two sides of my head have entirely different personalities. So this side just like curls, as you can kind of see, like this. It's like wants to go out. This side goes forward a little bit more. They both curl in, so it's not the end of the world, but they do have a little bit of a different personality, which sometimes can be frustrating when I'm trying to style them. Okay, and now we just kind of let her sit and dry. Hopefully this was somewhat entertaining, and if it was not, why are you still here? Okay. Uh, Thanks for watching. I feel like this is a little different than my usual content, but I am doing stuff like this all the time, and I'm like, why? I guess I could just... I miss the old days of YouTube, you know? Where we just talk about what's happening in our day and do our makeup and get ready with Muse and blah, 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 blah. The early fun vlogging, blogging, and comedy. There was some good comedy back in the day. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.